How do you choose the right kitchen cabinets? Whether you're renovating or you're building from the ground up, how do you pick the right size, put it in the right spot, and pick all the right features? Very exciting. I've got my plans here with my kitchen design, but they are lacking. They don't tell me anything about the size, where it should be located, or what type of kitchen cabinet I should choose. And if you go to a cabinet place and let them choose for you, well, there you have it. Today I'm going to show you how to draw up a plan, how to choose your kitchen cabinets, how to put them in the right spot, and how to pick all the right fixtures. I've got 5 easy steps to get through it, so let's go. In my last video I showed you how to draw up a floor plan for your kitchen so that you can do what we're doing today. So if you didn't see it, I'll link it, go watch it. But we drew up Luke's kitchen and we laid out the cabinetry. But today I want to choose what size they are, where they're going to go, and what are all the little gadgets and features that I want to include. Step number 1 is you got to have a plan. And last week I showed you how to draw a floor plan so that you can design a kitchen. Go back and watch it. I'll link it. When you have a plan, place the major appliances. So get a general idea where the fridge is going, where the sink is going, and where the oven is going. If you're building new, the world's your oyster. You can pick and choose where stuff's going to go. When you're renovating, the house may dictate where you can move stuff. So in my kitchen, the sink, stove, and oven are going to stay in relatively the same locations. It's just hopefully improved cabinetry to go with it and an improved layout. This is the floor plan for my kitchen. I'm going to draw the sink, stove, and fridge on my plans. I know this is a hallway here and it's a little bit tight, so I want to make sure that I leave a little bit of room. So I'm going to err on the side of caution and draw my fridge right about here. I'm leaving about 18 inches off the corner. I've got it drawn at about 2 feet deep, but we all know that's a lie. It'll be a cabinet depth fridge, but it's going to be a little bit deeper. It'll come out about there. There's my fridge. Easy peasy. Somewhere in there. I know my stove and the hookups are somewhere over here.
So I'm going to figure somewhere, what I say, about 27 or so.
30-inch range because this is a small kitchen. The benefit of drawing with pencil, it doesn't run out of ink. Okay, so I've got my stove, my fridge, and my sink is going to be somewhere over here. Now I have my eye on one of these 45-inch wide sinks. Have you seen these? They're fantastic. I used to have a prep sink and a cleanup sink, and I'm shrinking down to 1. And the idea of 45 inches, an area to dry, an area to still be able to use, heaven. So I'm going to figure 45 inches for that sink, plus a spacer because it's in the corner. So 48, So there's my sink there. So I've got my major appliances, sink, there's your stove, and my fridge there. So I've placed my appliances. Drawing on the board is hard. And that's approximately where my island is going to be. So now I can figure what I'm left with for cabinetry, and I'm going to do pantry over there. What to do in the corners. In my case, look what I'm going to do. I am going to do the unthinkable and kiss that corner goodbye. I'm not going to deal with pullouts, with lazy Susans. I have pipes that run from here through. It makes it easy.
Dead corner.
So I'm left with these two. They're going to be nice and balanced. I'm going to have my drawer bases here. Now that I've drawn it all in, I can see how much I have left, how many inches I have left to put cabinetry. So along here I've got about 27 inches on either side of the stove, and I've got another, what is that? This is about 7 or 8 feet here and about an 8x4 island to play with, add cabinetry. I also have a wall here that's going to be a wall pantry. Within that space, we want to figure out what kinds of things do I need to store near the stove. I want my big pots and pans. I want my oven mitts. I want my spatulas. I want spices, oils, that kind of thing. Near the sink, I want the dishwasher, I want garbage, I want a drawer for utensils and bowls and plates, I want my glassware nearby. When we're near the fridge, we want a landing space to take stuff out of the fridge. If you have 2 sinks, you're going to want different things by your prep sink. So By the prep sink, I might want my whisks, my wooden spoons, my mixing bowls, my knives, my cutting boards. Think about what you're going to do near those big three, and then put the storage there. Now, when you're choosing your cabinets, choose based on what you need to put in there and how big it is. For instance, beside my stove, I have 2 banks of drawers. Now, I know, based on experience, that my pots and pans, my biggest pot does not fit in a 3-drawer bank. A 3-drawer bank is going to give you about a 4-inch drawer on top and about 8 and 8 below. A 2-drawer bank is going to fit my biggest soup pot. However, when you use those big drawers, what you end up with is a lot of space on top. So it's a trade-off. I happen to have a lot of big soup pots because I married an Italian. If you don't, go for a 3-drawer bank. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a 2-drawer bank on one side and a 3-drawer bank on the other to accommodate all of my pots and pans, my oven mitts, my spatulas, oils, spices, all of that stuff contained on either side of the stove. I'm going to want garbage over here by the sink. I'm also going to want the dishwasher. So I want the dishwasher right next door because there's a lot of dripping that happens. I want it nearby. So this is my dish. I'm thinking about putting the garbage in the island because then it will be centrally located to all 3 of the spots. Because how many times do you take something out of the fridge, you want to throw it away? You're at the oven, you want to throw it away. It's not always just at the sink that we want to use the trash. So I'm thinking about maybe the garbage pull out here or over here, but something over there, and then the balance will be drawers. Now these drawers will lead out to the dining room. So there I want to think about maybe a 4-drawer bank, and that'll give me shallower drawers with more organized storage. I can have linens for the table, I can have a junk drawer for pens and charging wires and all of that kind of nonsense. So when you're choosing what size drawer banks you need, think about what's going in them. Is it parchment paper and saran wrap and tinfoil? Those are really shallow. Or is it big soup pots or water bottles and Stanley cups and all of that nonsense? What are you going to store in it? And then choose the height. And when it comes to drawers, they're always better than doors down below 36 inches, below counter height, because you can't reach 24 inches and get what's in there. Stuff gets lost. It's much easier to access if you have something to pull out.
Ain't no thing that you can chain with a ring. And I ain't no price for admiring eyes. I've got a rebel soul. I've got a rebel soul.
There's tons of kitchen gadgets and inserts and dividers and pullouts and canisters and all of those kinds of things. I try and stay away from most of them because you have to decide what works for your budget, what you need, and what you think will work for you. There's lots of these extras that really cost a fortune that don't seem to work as well as people hope. One of them being that mixer stand. I know people love the idea of having a mixer that lifts up and works at counter height. Most people that I speak with that bake a lot find that it's not stable enough to use. Be really cautious about spending money on the gadgets and get the stuff that really changes the way you function in the kitchen. I love the pegs in the bottom of the drawer, heaven. So when you store your dishes, they don't bang into each other when your kids are slamming them. I love the bread box. I don't know why it works. It makes no sense to me, but it works. It keeps your bread fresher longer. Vertical storage above a fridge. I don't know how many times I can say it. My shortest clients can reach 72 inches and take down a tray. It gives you 36 inches of vertical storage above your fridge that otherwise is pretty useless. Trays, platters, cookie sheets, cutting boards, all up there. One spot. It's heaven. Once you've picked all your base cabinets, it's time to focus on the uppers. And there are some challenges that I want you to be mindful of. The first one is the hood. So here's my stove. I'm doing a 30-inch range, so I'm going to have a 36-inch hood, which extends 22 inches out. When you do uppers beside it, If I did an upper right here with a cabinet right beside it, the door would not be able to open more than 90 degrees and would smack against the hood. If you wanted uppers beside the hood, make sure you include a spacer and you get hinges that are 165 degrees so that the door can open wider. Or what I like to do is leave a little bit of room between you and the grease. So if you push these cabinets off and you left 6 inches, 8 inches, like I'm gonna do 24 inches, it saves you cleaning your cabinet from all the grease. Remember, the hood is gonna extend beyond the upper. So where an upper cabinet is only 12 inches deep, so when we draw it, it's gonna sit back here. The hood is gonna be deeper. Now I'm gonna have an appliance garage in this corner here, so that's gonna be over here. So that's gonna give me some uppers and some storage for coffee, toaster, that kind of stuff. And over here are gonna be my only uppers for glassware in the entire place. So I don't wanna mess with my view. I got a great view out the window. I got a view out this door. So I wanna minimize how much this comes out. So I'm not gonna do a ton. I may do,
Maybe one. Let's call it one for now.
124 inch for now. When I draw that cabinet in, I have to remember that these doors are going to open. And if that cabinet is wider than 24, it's going to extend beyond. So if I'm standing here, I'm going to get hit in the face with the drawers. If I added another cabinet beside it above the dishwasher, and I was standing here at the sink and I wanted to unload and put stuff away, this door would be hitting me right in the face. It doesn't work. So you want to consider that you have direct access. You can stand in front of a cabinet and you can open the doors. If you can't, you got to look for alternative options. And I got a whole video coming about that for this corner. There's 2 ways to make sure you don't get hit in the face. One is to keep the upper cabinets no wider than 24 inches so that the doors will each be 12, and when they open, they won't extend beyond base cabinets 24 inches. Or if you've got your heart set on a nice big cabinet, just make sure that you have direct access and you can stand there and open both doors and get at it. Now in this kitchen, I've got an island, so I'm going to get some storage in there as well. I'm going to have seating on 3 sides. There's going to be some kind of a cabinet underneath to support this granite because I don't want to post because you always bash your knees. And I'm going to have cabinetry that opens this way and this way. One that opens this way. So 2 cabinets here, and this cabinet will open here. And then there'll be a cabinet underneath that I will access paper towels, Christmas plates, stuff you don't want to get at. I'm thinking as I stand at the sink, load the dishwasher. I want to empty the dishwasher. This is probably where I want my utensils, my silverware, my dishes, my bowls for serving. We got to figure garbage in here somewhere. Maybe it goes over here. Maybe we slide the dishwasher down, do garbage dishwasher. You want to keep in mind when these are extended and these are extended, how much room, how much clearance do you have? I have 48 inches at the moment. If this is going to be a high traffic area, I might even make it 52. That's pretty nice. And then I'll worry about what cabinetry is going on the wall when I go see the cabinet maker, because I don't know what they have yet. So that is how you figure out the sizes. When you start thinking about what I'm going to be doing in that spot and what I'm going to need. Do I need the garbage behind me? Do I want the garbage beside me? Do I want to be able to reach up and grab spices? Do I want to be able to grab a glass where I'm standing? Start to imagine that you're working in the kitchen, and then you can choose cabinetry for the stuff you have so that you can work better in the kitchen. Now it looks pretty good, right? You think we're done? We're not. This is only round 1. In order to make sure that this works, you need to draw elevations. And that's the next video, so stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching. I'm smiling.
Down with it,